SBR Forum's Punters is brought to you by Bookmaker.
SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing Week 5 in the NFL right now, and we are going to be talking about the Monday Night Football game right now with Dave Golokhov from AskMen.com and SBR contributor John Ryan from JohnRyanSports.com. Of course, we preview every NFL game here this year at SBR Forum Videos with one-on-ones with professional handicappers, but for the Monday night games, we have two opinions because we have to get it right for the Monday night games. And for this Monday night, we have Houston at the Jets. The Jets are an 8-point home underdog. And let's start with you, John Ryan, because you indicated to me earlier in the week that you have a strong lean on this game. You know, I'm thinking that I loved San Francisco against the Jets last week, but that was a little bit different because, you know, San Francisco was coming off a loss. You knew they were going to give a strong showing, and the line was, you know, a lot less scary. It was, you know, 3.5. Here, Houston is 8.5, and that's a lot different of a proposition for a Monday Night Football game for a road favorite. I'm still leaning towards Houston, though. 3 of their 4 wins have come by 20 points. What do you like here? You think Houston -8 might be a play?
I agree 100%. You arguably have the best team in the NFL in the Houston Texans going up against arguably one of the worst, at least in the AFC. And although the Jets are 2-2, it is a smoke and mirrors type of 2-2. This team, needless to say, is in complete disarray on offense. There is no presence of a running game whatsoever. If you watch the tape of the previous games, there is no offensive surge. Even when they bring in their heavy package, they still, with 2 tight ends, cannot get defensive lines pushed back enough to establish a running game. The only thing I see that the Jets could implement to take the pressure off of Sanchez would be to do some bubble screens and some slants against Houston, which teams in the past have been successful doing against Houston. But Houston's also the type of defense that can just allow that to happen between the 20s, and then they tighten up the bolts once they get into the red zone, and we know the Jets are not good in the red zone. One thing I look at is the yards per point stat, which I absolutely like as a starting point for analyzing teams and their relative efficiency to one another. And you have Houston on offense ranked second in the NFL, needing only 11.8 yards to score 1 point on the scoreboard, and that's what that stat measures. Anything below 14 is elite. So they're number 2 in the league. The Jets are actually 15th with a 14.0 reading. So I was mistaken when I said under 14 is elite. It's actually under 12 is elite. Now on defense, you see another advantage to Houston based on yards per point. Houston is ranked second again in this category. It takes offenses 19.5 yards to score 1 point against Houston. By comparison, the Jets ranked 22nd, and it only takes 13.6 yards for an opponent to score a point. So with Houston's prolific offense, and executing at such a high level, this game could get ugly by the second quarter. And my history, I hate saying these things when it's obvious that there's one team better than another, because sometimes it bites me in the you-know-what. But in this case, I just see no other choice but to, lay a 10-star at least on the Houston Texans on Monday night.
Yeah, I mean, I'm generally agreeing with that. That's how I feel about this. I mean, Dave Golokhov, what do you think? Houston has 4 wins. They went to Denver, and it was, a little close, but their other 3 wins were all by 20 points. You think maybe Houston -8, 8.5 is a good play here?
I think the spread is the tough call in this game right now. When you look at this game, you have one team who's on the ascent, the Houston Texans, who appear to be probably the Super Bowl favorite, if not overall, then at least in the AFC right now. And you've got a New York Jets team who, if things go well, could potentially be a playoff team, but if things go poorly, could be coming apart at the seams in a major, major way right now. Last week definitely serves some evidence to the latter more so than the former. So I think that right now it's kind of a tough call what kind of effort you're going to get from the Jets. My personal opinion is you're going to see them bring probably their best effort of the year. Yeah. It's kind of too early in the season to say that a team is ready to quit. I think this Jets team is pretty close. I think at the end of the year they are going to be awful, and it's going to cost Sanchez's job, Tannenbaum's job, and Ryan's job. But I think in this spot, this early in the season, in the first week of October, we're going to see a good effort from them. I don't like them on the spread. but I do like the under in this game. I think you're going to see the Jets defense, which is the one thing that they're actually known for, play much better against the run this week. That's going to slow down Houston, and the Jets offense isn't going to get much done in this game at all. So I like the under in this contest more than anything else.
Yeah, the under might be a decent play here. One thing I can tell you about this game for sure, Houston is going to be a huge public teaser. And if Houston does cover their teaser spread, it's probably going to be pretty bad for the books. We'll see how it turns out, though. Thanks, guys.